It's match week 13. Yes, match week 13. These games are being played tomorrow and Saturday and Sunday. And there's also one game on Monday. Before I continue, I'm going to have a piece of gum. The gum I have is this extra long-lasting flavor peppermint by Wrigley's. There's only a few slices of this left here. Going to pull one out. Put the case back over to one side. Take out our piece of gum here. There's this long light blue strip. Okay. So if you've seen my last Premier League video, you'll know that I look at the fixtures for this match week, predict who I think is going to win, or I guess if it's a draw, and give you some insight into how the teams performed last match week and their places in the standings, or table as they call it. So we'll open to a fresh page here in our trusty notebook. Here we go. Get our pen here. So, first up, at 7:30 in the morning, this is Eastern Standard Time, on Saturday, we have Nottingham Forest versus Liverpool. Over the weekday match week, they played on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday were the other games. Liverpool beat West Ham 1-0 at home, and Brighton tied Nottingham Forest 0-0. Currently, Liverpool are 7th in the standings with 16 points, and Nottingham Forest are 20th, which is last place, with 6 points. I think Liverpool is going to win this game. They've had a bit of a sluggish start to the season. They're usually in the top 3, top 2 teams in the league, but they currently sit 7th. And Forest are a team who look like a guarantee to be relegated. Not regulated, relegated. Even with Luis Diaz out for a month or so more, Liverpool will come away with a victory here on the road. I'm going to go 3-0. Next up, we have Everton versus Crystal Palace. Everton lost to Newcastle in their most recent match, 1-0. And Crystal Palace beat Wolves 2-1 at home. Currently, Crystal Palace are 11th with 13 points, and Everton are 15th with 10 points. I think Crystal Palace sneaks out a victory here. I'm going to go 1-0 for Crystal Palace. I don't think Everton are that good. I think I explained this in my last video, so I don't have a whole lot of confidence, even though they are at home. After that, we have Man City at home versus Brighton. Man City Arsenal was postponed over the week because Arsenal had a Europa League game on Thursday. So you have to go a little further back to find Man City's last game, which was last Sunday versus Liverpool, a game they lost. And Brighton's last game was over the week. A game which they drew Nottingham Forest 0-0. I think Man City win this game. Brighton have looked like a different team without Graham Potter as their manager. I'm going to go Man City 3, Brighton 0. I was thinking 4-1, but I'll stick with 3-0. Brighton are currently 8th with 15 points. And Man City are 2nd with 23 points. And in case you don't know or forgot or whatever, in the Premier League, a win gets you 3 points, a draw gets you 1 point, and a loss is 0 points. And those points are added up over the 38-game season, in which you play each other team twice, and the team with the most points at the end of the season combined wins the league. So there's no playoffs or anything like that. Next up is Chelsea versus Man United at Stamford Bridge. This should be a pretty good game. Chelsea drew Brentford 0-0 over the week, although they didn't put out their best lineup. I know they're missing a lot of key players, and N'Golo Kante is out for a few months with an injury, which is kind of a shame that he'll miss the World Cup. And Man United beat Tottenham 2-0 at Old Trafford. Chelsea sit in 4th place with 20 points, and Man United are right behind them in 5th place with 19 points. So this should be a pretty good game. I'm going to go with a draw here. I'm going to go 1-1. Put our highlight in the middle. Take a draw for Chelsea and Man United. Should be a good game though. Moving on to Sunday. We have Wolves versus Leicester. Wolves lost 2-1 Crystal Palace. Leicester beat Leeds 2-0 on Thursday. Pretty big win for Leicester because they still sit 19th with 8 points, so they're still in the relegation zone. The bottom 3 teams get relegated. And Wolves are actually in 18th with 9 points, so both of these teams usually in the top 7 or 8 teams in the league find themselves in the bottom 3, almost a third of the way into the season. So this is a big match for both teams. Wolves are at home here. I'm going to take Wolves getting the victory 1-0. And next we have Aston Villa versus Brentford. Aston Villa lost 3-0 to Fulham on Thursday, and Brentford tied Chelsea on Wednesday. Brentford are 10th with 14 points, and Aston Villa are 17th with 9 points, only surviving the relegation zone so far on goal differential. Actually, Aston Villa and Wolves both have -9 goal differential. So I believe next is goals for, in which Aston Villa has 7 and Wolves has 5. That would be very interesting if the season ended that way and a team got relegated off of goals for. Aston Villa also just fired their manager, so it'll be interesting to see how they play with the new manager. I'm going to take Brentford 1-0. I was thinking 1-1, but I'm going to go away win for the Bees. Next up, we have Southampton versus Arsenal. Arsenal, of course, did not play, as I said, during the last match week. They played in the Europa League and beat PSV from the Belgian league. Their last match before that, they beat Leeds 1-0 on the road. And Southampton beat Bournemouth 1-0 on the road over the weekday stretch. Arsenal are sitting in first place with 27 points. And Southampton are in 14th. They currently have 11 points. I think Arsenal win this game 2-0. They continue to solidify themselves as top dogs this year, which pains me to say as a Tottenham fan. I think they'll win this game pretty comfortably. Hopefully I'm wrong, though. Leeds versus Fulham is next. Fulham won 3-0, as I said, over the week versus Aston Villa. And Leeds lost 2-0 to Leicester. Fulham are having a pretty good return to the Premier League campaign this year, sitting in 9th with 15 points. And Leeds are in 16th with 9 points. I'm going to go 2-2 here in a draw. Both teams can put the ball in the net pretty well. versus Newcastle. Tottenham lost 2-0 to Manchester United. And Newcastle beat Everton 1-0. This should be a pretty interesting match, but I should mention their positions. Tottenham are in third with 23 points, and Newcastle are in sixth with 18 points. So a couple of pretty good teams. Tottenham are pretty good at home, though, and not very good away from home, as I mentioned in my last video. And they showed it again, losing to Man United 2-0 on the road. But they are back at home here. And I think they win 2-1. Although I predicted that last week, or for last game, and it didn't turn out so well. So let's hope I didn't curse them again. And the last game of the match week is on Monday. And it is Bournemouth versus West Ham. West Ham lost 1-0 to Liverpool their last time out. And Bournemouth lost 1-0 to Southampton their last time out. They sit right next to each other in the table, with Bournemouth in 12th with 13 points. And West Ham in 13th with 11 points. Usually West Ham are a pretty good team in the top 6-7 teams of the league. At least the past couple years they have been. And Bournemouth was just promoted to the Premier League. I think West Ham win. I'll give them a 2-1 victory over Bournemouth on the road. I think they right the ship a little bit with this one. And with that, that is all of the games for match week 13. Let me know which games you think I got right, which games you think I got wrong. Let me know if you enjoyed the gum chewing aspect of this video, because I can add it into my other videos too, if you guys prefer it. So please leave some comments regarding that. And also remember to like and subscribe if you already haven't. I really appreciate it, and it helps the channel grow a lot. Even watching does too, so I appreciate you taking out the time to watch this video. I hope you enjoyed, I hope you found some relaxation, and I will see you next time.